which, I mean, of course, everybody knows it's Thursday, or I would hope so. Uh, I'm just amazed that the things that we can accomplish when things don't go quite as we planned them. Now, that being said, whoops, I just moved the light above my head. So, we all have our challenges. We all have things that we try to work through or get over. Um, and life throws different things at us at different times. So you may think, okay, um, you might be thinking, okay, things aren't so bad, and I can really get through this, and we're gonna make this work. And then boom, you get into a car accident, and you have a, I don't know, a $1,500 deductible, but you don't have $1,500 in the bank. um, things happen to all of us. You're doing well, and then bam, COVID kicks you in the head, and it's the worst illness you've ever had. You can barely breathe. Every time you try to move, you get dizzy. The fever is just insane. Um, so the important thing is things will happen. For me, I've been fighting cancer since 2010, and it's 2012. So you figure 12 years now. And in a lot of ways, I feel so completely lucky to still be here. Some people get it and you're like, oh, they got cancer. And then bam, it's not even a year later and they've already passed on. So I'm fortunate. But, things happen. Your blood chemistry goes wonky. Doctors, they poke, they prod, they take all kinds of fluids, they figure out what's wrong. I needed blood and medication, and they got everything back in the sync, but it took time. I barely made the partner live stream we have for reselling, two guys reselling on Tuesday, but I was able to make it because it was late enough in the day for me. 5 p.m. Eastern is 2 p.m. my time. And things usually go crazy in the morning. I'm usually out by the afternoon, and I try to get back on that horse. And then, things happen. You end up back, visiting your physician. They make some adjustments, and then boom, here I am. But I find the 2 p.m. slot a lot more comfortable for what I'm having to go through right now. Okay, so all that being said, what am I doing to further improve my financial situation? Okay, my biggest income stream right now is reselling. Now, I resell on three channels: eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Um, Mercari and Poshmark have changed a lot in the last year, year and a half. They've made a ton of improvements to their platform. So, whatever you've heard about them in the past, very short titles, very short descriptions, they don't give you enough pictures, things of that nature. All of that has changed. Pictures, there are more pictures. The descriptions are 80 characters now. Um, and the description, Poshmark will give you 1,500 characters, and Mercari will give you 1,000 characters. And you can say everything you need to say in 1,000 characters. Does it take a lot more time to sell on other platforms? Yes, it does take more time. However, you do get more sales. So just keep that in mind. Now, I'm not going to say it's 3 times the amount of sales, because Poshmark and Mercari put together does not equal one eBay. However, I do enjoy the sales that I get from both of those platforms. So, food for thought. It's just extra money. Yes, it is extra work. However, it the income increase more than makes up for the extra work. It's well worth it. Um, just something to keep in the back of your head, because I've actually had things listed on eBay for the longest time, and they wouldn't sell on eBay, but they sold on Mercari. No haggling, no price cuts, no nothing. Just one day up, boom, it sold. And the same thing with Poshmark. There are things on Mercari and eBay that haven't moved, and they'll move on Poshmark. So it's not a magic formula. It's just basically to do that. So what I've been doing is I need to up my game. So normally I'll only put up, somewhere between 20 and 25 listings in a given day, and I'll do it Monday through Friday. Like I said, things happen in the week, especially this week. So Saturday and Sunday are going to be makeup days for me. Whatever I didn't get done this week, I'm going to have to do Saturday and Sunday. Okay. So I'm learning how to put up a lot more listings in a single day. So if I could go from 100 listings a week to 300 listings a week, that would be amazing. That would really be amazing. I mean, you could say that might triple your income. That might triple your biggest income stream. Or what if it just doubles it? I would be so happy with that. You don't even know. Um, but I do know one thing: going from 100 listings in a week to 300 listings in a week will be life changing, and it will get me up to the next level. And hopefully, I'll come to the point where when I do have days that I miss, I might be able to hire someone to come in and make up the work. You never know. We'll see what happens. So that being said, now this normally my um, excuse me, my brain just kind of stalled on me. Okay, so normally, oh man, again, internet marketing. Normally, when I'm out of commission and I'm recovering, it's the internet marketing that suffers the most. I don't have very much automated. Automation does cost money, but then so does days where I'm not doing anything as well. I'm going to have to weigh that out in the future and try to figure out how to automate more of that. Reselling, as long as you get your listings up and you have someone to pack the orders for you and get stuff out, reselling is almost automated. The platforms do most of the work. They do most of the marketing for you. So there's all you got to do is have listings up and have be able to get those orders packed and out on time. Everything else is pretty much automated, unless someone asks some questions. But for the most part, you don't get as many questions as you think you would. I get a lot less questions when I'm reselling products than when I'm trying to sell um, a service or an internet product for internet marketing. That usually takes the hardest hit and takes the longest to recover from. Because as you know, if you're not constantly being seen, you're going to be forgotten about. There's always something new to attract someone's attention, and they will. If you're live streaming every single day for years, and then you stop for a week for no apparent reason, nobody knows why or anything like that. There's just rumors. What's going to happen? They're going to move on. They're going to fill that time with something else. So it does take on the biggest hit, and it's the most, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. It's kind of crazy. Uh, so that being said, the most important part is you don't look behind you. You don't look at what you lost. You don't look at, okay, this is a 5-day work week and I missed 2 days of it, and then partial days for the other 3. how much money did I lose? Don't even waste your time thinking about that. What you got to think about is standing up, and tomorrow is going to be a regular work day. And Saturday and Sunday is going to be a makeup. And then Monday through Friday, the next week, is going to be a normal week. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure it stays normal. I'm going to, have extra time packed in for appointments, um, give extra time for travel, a lot for, if I'm stuck in a certain area like Long Beach and it's nearing 4 p.m., which is rush hour, I'm going to have to allot for that time. Probably won't be back for another hour and a half, 2 hours. The Here in Southern California, that rush hour traffic, both in the morning and in the evening, can get very nasty and add a lot of time to your commute. And as a reseller, I do go out for products. I don't have everyone bring it to me. In fact, in a few cases, it's been a race because I'm trying to bid out and beat out other people who are interested in the same collection I am. And sometimes it could be a little crazy, very competitive. Uh, so don't look behind you. Don't look at what you lost, because it will drive you crazy and it will make you a lot more depressed. Just look for the future. Right now, the rest of my day is going to be putting up as many listings as I can, before I eat my evening meal. And then after the evening meal, I'm going to spend the rest of that time planning for tomorrow and making sure that tomorrow is as a productive work day as I can possibly have. Um, Keep a positive mental attitude for the future. I can't stress that enough. If you dwell on the disaster, if I dwell on my disastrous Monday, disastrous half a Tuesday, disastrous Wednesday, I'm going to be really depressed. And I'm hitting this huge learning curve at the same time as recovering. And this learning curve is about how to get as many listings up as I can, how to throw up as much as I can, but at the same time, make the listings accurate. And the person I'm learning from, they're doing something I find very peculiar. There's nothing about the product in the description area. The description area is pretty general. It's basically their terms of sale for whatever category they're selling in. And that idea at first excited me because this person outsells me. They've been reselling, I think, almost 10 years longer than I have. And they outsell me by quite a bit. I mean, well, think about it. If you could put up 200 listings a day, 5 days a week, that's 1,000 listings in a week. That's crazy. Just think about what that would be. And then once you get over that 1,000 listing barrier, you start seeing a huge increase in sales. I guess the algorithm in eBay, it's set up to count how many listings you put up and how often. And the more you put up, the more often you put up, with the less problems. You get your stuff out on time, you have very little returns, you meet all the requirements and stuff, you will notice a massive increase in sales. And I would like to be way well beyond that. I would really much rather have a big anchor store. Now, there's a huge price difference between the premium store I'm in now and the anchor store. I think it's like 3 to 4 times more per month. I want to say I haven't checked it, but the last time I checked, an anchor store was like $300 a month. And my store, premium store, is like, I think, $80 a month. So there's a huge price discrepancy there. And it's, you really have to go well beyond the 1,000 items to say, to pay that $300 a month without feeling it. See, that's the thing. The whole reason why we open up our own businesses and we do this kind of thing, it's not because we think we're going to get rich, we're going to be wealthy, we're going to be a bunch of, bajillionaires walking around with money hanging out of our pockets, and we could afford whatever we want and stuff like that. That's not it. The reason why we do it is so that we can live life on our terms, so that we can work on our terms, on our own terms. We wake up when we want, we go to sleep when we want, we eat when we want, we make appointments when we want. I mean, I don't have to show up and cover my shift. It doesn't exist. There is no shift. But I don't get paid hourly. I don't get a salary. And if I don't sell stuff, I don't make any money. And so there's a little bit of a trade up. There are people, and I'm sure there are people you work with, and you wonder why they get a paycheck, because they don't do very much. They're just kind of coasting the system, basically. Um, the thought of going to work every day and doing the same crap over and over and over again, yeah, that makes me want to murder myself. Even in the fast pace of retail, even at Walmart, where I was hourly management, and you had a certain amount of privileges and stuff like that, and a certain amount of freedom, but man, it just gets to you, because you've done it so many times, where all the bad situations are, and you have to go through it anyway. And I've never dealt with the type of anger and hatred that I've dealt with at Walmart. I've never dealt with that on the internet at all. Those Walmart customers, man, when they get upset, they get murderous. They get very crazy. it, I don't know. I'm sidetracking. I'm sorry about that. But the most important thing is to truly be grateful for what you have right now. That'll help raise your attitude to be more positive, and focus on tomorrow. And don't focus on like what could go wrong tomorrow. Don't do that, because you're going to set yourself for failure. Focus on what can go right for tomorrow. And I'm very sorry. I apologize. This video should really have a slideshow with it. I like slideshows because if you see something you like in the slideshow that you want to remember, you can always take a screen capture of it. And it just makes it simpler to remember the parts that work best for you. So in the future, though, there will be slideshows. Maybe not tomorrow, but definitely on Monday, if I'm not doing a screen share. Or maybe it'll be a combination of a slideshow and then a screen share demonstration of what I'm talking about. The positive mental attitude and staying the crap away from depression is the most important part. So a lot of times I'll be working and I'll have The Simpsons on my iPad in the background just to keep my mental attitude up and to keep me jovial. Um, because it doesn't seem like work when you're watching The Simpsons and getting your listings up at the same time. A lot of times I'll listen to music. I have a very eclectic um, admiration for music. There's a lot of artists in country western that I enjoy. I enjoy popular music, um, rock, classic rock, hard rock, metal, classical music, like, Chopin, Brahms, Mozart, stuff like that. Even the big band stuff, Glenn Miller, or in the newer big band stuff. Uh, Brian Setzer and his orchestra. I don't know if you guys remember him. He was real popular in the late 80s and I think through the mid 90s or so. But he really loved that big band era and I'll listen to a huge like platform of music that I have all keyed up on YouTube just to keep me in a positive mental attitude. And it won't do any good for me to share that playlist with anyone because we all have different taste in music. Songs mean different things to all of us. I might think that Eye of the Tiger is really, motivational and uplifting. But then you guys will hear it and you're like, oh, this is an old song. This is 80s, isn't it? And you just can't get over that it's an old song to feel the spirit of the music. And I'm sure there's some newer music that motivates the heck out of you guys that if I heard, I'm like, it's a nice song, but I'm not going to put it in my playlist. Music is art, and art means different things to different people. Um, I love Ozzy Osbourne. His music really makes me happy. My father, on the other hand, can't stand it at all. Um, I like Hank Williams Jr. as well. I like a lot of his music, but most of my friends, they have no taste for that type of music. Um, okay, so positive mental attitude is the most important thing. Get into a routine. Second, second most important thing. Get into that routine and get comfortable in it because it'll help you to get back on track. And the next thing you know, you'll start making your goals again. Work is systemic. And if you keep the system healthy, then your work will be productive and you will experience income every single day. And that's the point of all this. You know, we don't want to get paid once every 2 weeks or once a month or even once a week. We want to get paid every single day from a multiple array of sources. Seriously, you want to get as many income sources as you can manage at one time and then hire some people and manage even more income sources. Okay. And you can do it. It's just little by little, build little by little. When you're recovering, try not to do anything new. And when I mean anything new, don't make new investments. Don't bring a new program into your business. When you're in recovery mode, you want to get back to productive mode. And doing a new program, new product, a new service, especially if it requires investment, is not a good way to get back into a routine. Myself, what I'm doing is because there was recovery time where I couldn't really do a whole lot physically, I'm watching this person's video and I'm learning from it and I'm taking the things that I think will work for my business and for the way I do things. And for my comfort level as well. I'm not really comfortable not putting any product information in my general description. So I will be doing that. However, it will be less than it was before. Because I do agree with the person some in some part. People read the title and they look at the pictures. I think very few people actually read the description, the whole description. Um, I even had a problem once where before I was using listing management software, I had the title for one product and the pictures for a completely separate product. A person in Canada bought this product and they bought the product. They thought they were buying the product that was pictured because that's all they did was look at the picture. I sent them the product that was in the title because I'm a reader. I read a lot and I read faster than I interpret. I can read faster than I can listen. Um, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I associate with the written word more so than anything else. And I sent her the wrong product. So I let her keep that product because super expensive to ship it back to me for either of us. And then I ate it and then ate the shipping cost to send her the right product. Now, the bad thing about that is I lost I lost roughly about $30 from that sale. However, she's been a repeat customer for like the past 6 years. So the $30 investment I made in keeping a customer happy, I got back multiple times from her repeat purchases. So it really worked out. And I did notice in that little area, some other sales. I think she told some of her friends and family about me, uh, because I started receiving those orders, and I've never received orders in that area before. So that was actually kind of cool. I really loved that. So I think I even received more business for that $30 investment. Okay, so we're coming to an end. We're coming to the conclusion. And I've given you all the information you need to recover from a horrible situation. And for me, it works better if I can stop thinking about the horrible thing that happened to me and concentrate on just work. I don't want to think about the horrible pain going through my lower abdomen. A lot of times, the medication causes horrible joint pain and headaches in my lower head. And it just helps to just forget about that for a while and think about comic books, because I'm going to list 100 comic books and really get into that. Uh, so you don't have to wallow in misery. It doesn't have to be a pity party. And if you tell your friends and family exactly what it is you want to accomplish, why you want to accomplish it, and what the rewards will be at the end, you'd be shocked. They will rally around you, help you to achieve your goal, and literally ask for nothing in return. I am truly a fortunate person. Uh, Now, there's completely nothing special about me. So if I can do it, you can do it. If I can pull myself out of medical misery, then you can do the same thing. If I can ask my friends and family for help and have them rally around me, you can do the same thing. And if I can see past my depression and be productive and friendly, you can do it as well. Because I don't have special training. I I don't have special certificates and degrees and coaching or nothing like that. I'm just a person trying to get by in this really weird post COVID era. So that's it for today, everybody. Tomorrow, Friday, same time, same channel, and we'll do some more. We'll do some more business talk. Let's see what I wrote. If I wrote anything about tomorrow there, nope, I did not write anything there about it. How about here? Because I sent out an email earlier, and I think I talked about Friday. Da, 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 da. Can't change it. Oh, will they let me view it? Hmm. Oh, here we go. I can view it. Okay, that was kind of weird. The product creation process. So everyone says, "Hey, make a product," and for most of us, that is very intimidating. So tomorrow we are going to go over the product creation process, how we go about creating our own product. And I think that might be a series. That might be like a Friday series where we create something, that we're planning on selling. Not a free giveaway, a selling product with a price point. And the only way they get it is if they buy it. Because in my mind, if you're giving something away, that's not a product. Okay. Um, but if you're selling something, that's a product. And maybe even cover the bonus, what bonuses can go with it and stuff like that. But for the most part, let's create something first, and even talk about what it is we're going to create. So that's tomorrow, which is Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Okay, thanks everyone. I appreciate your time and I appreciate all of your efforts.